As somebody who has been covering Ariana's work for years, the way that she looks and presents in that video, at least to me, was shocking.
I just wanted to address your concerns about my body. There are many different kinds of beautiful. There are many different ways to look healthy and beautiful.
I heard that my fans were worried that negativity was ruining things for me, but I just have to say that could not be more the opposite.
Since my last video, the Ariana Grande files just dropped because Ariana Grande's own family, who are infinitely closer to her than her fans, just came out and admitted that they've been worried about Ariana Grande's health for a long time now, and they've been begging her for months to take a break in order to focus on her mental and physical health. That's right, huge pop star Ariana Grande's got the whole world worried about her ever since she released her new album, Petal, along with a music video that was meant to promote said album, a music video that featured Ariana's drastic and frankly worrying transformation, which was honestly nearly impossible for people to ignore. In fact, even professional music critiques such as Anthony Petal, who has been covering Ariana Grande's career for years now, were absolutely shell-shocked after seeing Ariana's new look in her new Petal music video.
But as somebody who has been covering Ariana's work for years and has seen her career grow and change and evolve for over a decade now, the way that she looks and presents in that video, at least to me, was shocking.
Now, to be fair, it's not like this concern for Ariana Grande's health appeared recently or appeared out of nowhere. This is something that's been going on for years. Even back in 2023, when Ariana was working on the movie Wicked, well, even back then, her own fans were pressing her about her apparent and worrying weight loss, which prompted her to issue a response video on TikTok where she urged her fans to stop commenting on her looks, where she also reassured her fans by telling them that her body is the healthiest it's ever been, and that healthy can look different.
I just wanted to address your concerns about my body. There are many different kinds of beautiful. There are many different ways to look healthy and beautiful. The body that you've been comparing my current body to was the unhealthiest version of my body. I was on a lot of antidepressants and drinking on them and eating poorly.
Now, to no one's surprise, you've got a lot of people going back to that TikTok response video of hers that dates back from 2023 and leaving comments such as, "Oh, she went from eating poorly to eating nothing." And I personally don't think that those kind of comments are helping at all. But that's the conundrum and a truly asked problem that seems to surround the Ariana Grande situation. I mean, on one side, you've got tens of millions of her fans who are genuinely worried about her health, but who might not have the proper vocabulary or the social IQ to approach the situation in the right way. So they're out there spamming her comment section with things like, "Someone give my man a sandwich or something." And if you're one of those people who leave those kind of comments thinking that you're helping, thinking that, you know, telling someone with an ED to just eat more is helping, well, you might as well go to a homeless person and tell them to just buy a house. Smash like and subscribe if you agree. But on the other side of the spectrum, you've got millions of people who are coping and who are genuinely trying to convince not only other people, but also themselves that there is nothing wrong about Ariana Grande, or saying that she's been doing better than ever, when in reality she's been doing worse over time, and who try to silence and bully anyone who expresses any amount of concern for her. Now, I'm obviously of the opinion that this kind of situation should 100% be talked about. Now, preferably in a way that is sensible and beneficial to not necessarily only Ariana, but to anyone who might suffer from a mental condition that is related to Minecraft food. Namely, people suffering from an ED. But I truly believe that back in 2023, when Ariana made that TikTok response video, the best course of action back then was to believe her. Because back then, you could easily come to the rational conclusion that nobody knows Ariana more than Ariana herself, her close friends, and of course, her own family. And definitely not random parasocial fans. In fact, I'm inclined to believe that Ariana was 100% speaking the objective truth when she was out there saying that this is the healthiest she's ever felt, this is the healthiest her body has ever been, especially when compared to her old Positions era years, where she claims to have been on all kinds of sus medications back then, even though her fans kept telling her to revert back to her Positions days body type.
The body that you've been comparing my current body to was the unhealthiest version of my body.
But here's the thing, guys. Even though it's true that most people don't truly know what's going on with someone that they don't know, it's also true to realize that most people aren't blind. And there comes a point when you can't just keep expecting people to take your word for it when you're out there saying that this is the healthiest you've ever been. Especially when things have been getting worse over the years, as opposed to better. I mean, just a year ago, Ariana shocked the world when she pulled up to the 2025 BAFTA Film Awards looking like someone who would give African starving kids a run for their money. Or should I say, a run for their food. But I truly believe that in 2026, especially with the release of her new music video Petal, the worst thing we can collectively do as a society is to keep coping and to keep pretending that there's nothing wrong with Ariana. I mean, the last time our society collectively failed at recognizing the severity of EDs and at helping another celebrity who was suffering from a mental condition surrounding Minecraft food was back in the 1970s when another extremely talented musician by the name of Karen Carpenter kept losing weight year after year and would show, just like Ariana, her impossible to ignore drastic transformation every time she would show up on TV, until the damages caused by her ED were simply too severe for her to simply turn back the clock, which caused her to sadly and tragically pass away from heart failure at the young age of 32. And the heartbreaking part about this whole story is the fact that near the end of her life, she actually realized that there was something drastically wrong with her, and she did everything she could in her power to get better, but sadly, it was too late.
Her eating not brought up very much.
Karen was blaming all of her health issues on just being overworked and pretending that it didn't even exist.
Now, to be fair, back in the 70s, our knowledge about EDs was extremely limited, which is why a lot of people back then attributed Karen's extreme body changes to her, you know, just following a diet or to her being overworked. This kind of dismissive reaction fueled by ignorance shouldn't fly in 2026, because nowadays the field of medicine and psychiatry have evolved to the point where EDs are finally being recognized as extremely lethal mental conditions, which is why it boils my micro pee-pee when I see people dismissing what's going on with Ariana by saying stuff like, "You guys are exaggerating. It's not that serious," laughing my cheeks off. I mean, you've got people saying that those who are genuinely worried about Ariana Grande's health are exaggerating, that it's not that serious, when the deadliest mental disorder has been confirmed to be an ED, the same ED that Karen and allegedly Ariana might be suffering from. You've also got people still coping in 2026 by calling everybody who's genuinely concerned for Ariana hypocrites, because they're out there still clinging to Ariana's response video from 2023 when she said that she's the healthiest she's ever been. But the thing is that people have eyes. And there comes a point when if things just keep getting blatantly worse, then you're gonna have a proliferation of people who are going to say the quiet part out loud. But going back to what I said earlier, I think the worst thing we can collectively do as a society is to keep coping and to keep pretending that there's nothing wrong with Ariana and that she just looks like a different kind of healthy. Because we tried this strategy before, and guess what? It didn't really work. And God forbid history repeats itself. And with all of the context that we have today, it's becoming increasingly more clear that her whole spiel about how healthy can look different and about how she's the healthiest that she's ever been might have simply been Ariana being in denial this whole time. I mean, you want to know someone else who was in denial about having an ED until it was too late? Karen Carpenter herself.
There were rumors, though, that you were suffering from the Slimmer's disease, from anorexia, is that right?
No.
You went down to about 6 stone in weight, I think, didn't you?
I have no idea what 6 stone in weight is.
66 pounds, it's very difficult to work out. I think about 84 pounds or something like that. No.
So when I see comments of people saying to stop worrying about a problem that doesn't exist, and about how Ariana herself said that she's healthy, that she's the healthiest she's ever been, well, it just goes to show how there is still a huge lack of awareness around mental disorders in 2026. I mean, it's not uncommon. In fact, it's extremely common for people with mental disorders to not know that they're mentally ill, which is why it goes back to what I was saying earlier about how the worst thing we can do is to ignore the problem, say nothing, and to just ignore the Minecraft skeleton in the room. The only thing that saying nothing and ignoring the clear problem in front of us is going to end up achieving is tricking people with EDs into believing that their unhealthy lifestyles and unhealthy diets are normal, because no one's going to be there telling them, "Hey, why are you eating negative calories? Stop doing that." But the other reason why I fully support having sensible and respectful discussions around the Ariana Grande situation is because if we say nothing and don't say the quiet part out loud, it's just going to end up normalizing body types that are only achievable by starving yourself in Minecraft until it's too late to eat pork chop in order to refill your hunger bar on top of your health bar. We gotta remember that Ariana is one of the most popular celebrities alive, and a huge chunk of her fan base are not only impressionable teenagers, but impressionable adults as well who look up to her, who worship her, to the point where some of her fans literally scare Ariana Grande herself.
Oh my god! Can you sign my arm here for a tattoo, please? Above the line, above the line. Whatever you want. Something special to me.
Why? Is it going permanently?
It's going permanently.
Are you sure?
I promise you it's going permanently.
Are you sure you want that?
Yes, I do, of course. I have 5 tattoos about you. I have a God is a woman down my spine.
You don't have to do it if you don't like it.
I will absolutely do
Are you
it.
sure?
I love you so much. Thank you so much. I love you so much. Thank
I love you. I love you. I love you so much. I mean.
Bro, when Ariana Grande is the one who looks concerned for your mental health, you know there's a problem. Smash like and subscribe if you agree. But that's the thing, right? If nobody says anything, you're gonna have all of those impressionable teenagers who will sincerely believe that Ariana Grande's body that was featured in her newest music video, Petal, is unironically T, as girls like to say nowadays, I think. In fact, if you go on ED Twitter right now, don't go there, by the way. You're unironically going to see people tweeting hashtag goals while uploading pictures of Ariana's body from that Petal music video. Let's be clear, guys. No, her body type is not hashtag goals, because by that logic, if it truly is, why the fuck are we donating to charities that feed starving African kids? Their bodies are apparently hashtag goals. But there is such a huge contrast between Ariana Grande's family and Ariana Grande's team. I mean, on one side, you've got her family that expressed genuine concern because, well, they have eyes, and they could clearly see that Ariana's mental and physical health were deteriorating, which is why they begged her for months to take a break. Whereas Ariana Grande's team, on the other hand, was more preoccupied with treating her as a product, or a cash cow if you would, and they were more interested in maximizing the profits of her newest album, instead of taking a good look at her and saying, you know what, maybe she needs to go to the hospital. In fact, a few days ago, Ariana announced an indefinite break while on tour and reassured her fans that her break was planned for a long time now.
The announcement that was made yesterday is not a reactive or impulsive thing. It is something that I had decided. It's a plan that I had quietly made a long time ago, and it's a decision that was made from a thoughtful and empowered place.
I'm gonna be honest here, guys. I think that there is a reasonable high chance that Ariana Grande's long-planned break had something to do with her family begging her for a long time. But nevertheless, Ariana Grande's break was actually initially announced by her own team that issued a statement where they claimed that she was taking a break due to the public scrutiny that she was facing. A representative for the US singer 33 told People magazine that she will be taking a step back from visibility when the tour ends after her appearances led to endless, ongoing public scrutiny. Just for Ariana to correct her own team while on tour during a concert and to say that no, her break has nothing to do with the public scrutiny.
And I want you to know that many things can be true at the same time. I heard that my fans were worried that negativity was ruining things for me, but I just have to say that could not be more the opposite.
Man, I don't know. It's as if there's like a huge disconnect between Ariana and her own team, which just goes to show that you can be surrounded by people who care about you and still feel like you're alone and being misunderstood. I think it's reasonable to believe that Ariana cares infinitely more about her family's input than random fans who are concerned about her. But it is interesting to see that her own family came to the same conclusion when it comes to her condition as her worried fans, which adds credence to how people's concern wasn't misplaced. An anonymous family member says, "We have asked her to take a break. Actually, we've begged her like a lot. The insider said, adding that they were not talking about a day or two, but a break. The same source claimed bluntly, she's not well, she's anxious and unhappy. She doesn't sleep enough and she doesn't eat enough." Now, I'm personally going to side with Ariana's family as opposed to her team that's incentivized to, you know, generate as much money as possible through her. But let me know what you guys think. Smash like and subscribe or I'm going to spank you next.